Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Freeze Saint-Maximin card to review today. So we're taking a look at a card that is 5'8", high-low work rates, right-footed, 5-star skill moves with a 4-star weak foot. In regards to his in-game player traits, he has the flare trait, so no finesse shot trait or outside foot shot trait. In games, he's got 94 acceleration with 94 sprint speed. Which is good for base card stats. You don't have to improve that. He's got 85 for attacking positioning with 80 finishing and 91 shot power at 70 volleys and 83 composure. So I do think that you have to improve the shooting a little bit more, obviously, because of his finishing being at an 80. But I also feel like you have to increase the reactions as much as possible, in my opinion. I think a card like this will definitely make the most sense with a marksman chemistry style over the finisher one. But we're going to be trying him out with the finisher chemistry style anyways to see if that reaction's being low, if it's that big of a nuisance, right? But if you could see over here, the marksman chemistry style actually gives him a +10 for finishing, +5 for shot power, long shots, but it's the main dribbling stats that I feel like I want the most. Well, you know what? We're actually going to try him out with the marksman chemistry style because I think it makes the most sense to just do that anyways, because the finisher is not really improving the things as much as I'd like it to improve. So again, big thank you to my homie Paul and the community in general, to be honest, for allowing me to do these player reviews, because without these guys, I wouldn't be able to do it, obviously, right? But with Saint-Maximin's card with the marksman chemistry style, we will be boosting his shooting as well as his dribbling. Base card stats for passing at 80 short passing, 77 curve, and 77 vision. Isn't bad. It's not amazing, but it's usable, obviously. And then the dribbling, we are going to improve it with 94 agility, 88 for balance, at 83 composure. So we're going to be improving the three main dribbling stats and reactions, ball control and dribbling, which is great. And then this card actually does have somewhat of a physical presence too. He's got 81 strength with 94 stamina at 82 jumping. And then we're also going to be giving him that strength boost from an 81 to a 91. So we're going to get into a game. We're going to see how he plays. I want to mostly use him as a striker, if I'm being completely honest with you, because the high-low work rates is okay to use in the center cam position, completely nice to use in the left and right attacking position, but it's the striker position that you really get to fully utilize that work rate. It's kind of similar with Depay's card. I believe Depay is also a high work rated player, so it was great to use him in those positions. But with this team here, we'll just switch Jota off to that side over there with Saint-Maximin up top, Salah off to the right side, and then the instruction will just be balance, will just come back in defense. So because he has the 94 stamina, I don't necessarily think it's going to be a too big of a problem with a card like this. So yeah, we'll get into a game. We'll see how he plays. I just have to remember that I'm on the defensive tactic because it's going to be very important. But yeah, let's get into a game and see how he plays. Okay, guys, let's use him in that striker position and see how he plays. That's interesting. I love how he kind of occupies this like false 9 role where he rotates with the striker. I kind of mess with that a lot, actually. A little bit of skill moves. Scoop turn into space. Scoop turn is coming off of another skill move, so those are not going to be consistent. Ball roll touch. Get that finesse shot angle. Oh, we still make it work. I really like the way he feels on the ball. His skill moves come off really smoothly, guys. I will admit to that so far. But that off-the-ball movement that he has with the cam, and if you guys haven't watched the 4-2-3-1 tutorial, be sure to do so. I like how he's kind of coming close to me on the build-up attack, but also making those runs with his high-low work rates. Like him in the striker position, it's working nicely so far. A little bit of a defensive thing right there. Obviously should get that ball.
Developing situation. Salah. Oh, that pass easy on the eye. He's in behind the defense here.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to do some manual goalkeeping, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some extra dribbles right here to see what's up. And, I mean, Saint-Maximin did a fantastic job right there, to be fair. I think the marksman chemistry style definitely makes the most sense for this card, guys. We timed that pass perfectly with the through ball to get that goal-scoring opportunity and score. His running with his body type and dribbling stats is really smooth, dudes. It doesn't feel emphasized at all. You know how sometimes when you use a player that has like 90-something pace, and because of their body type, they actually feel slower in-game? He doesn't feel like that at all. He's definitely playing to that body type really nicely. So that's pretty cool with this card so far. Good attacking AI right there. We'll do a nice little flick here. Scoop. Oh, it doesn't register the scoop. We'll go for the finesse. Shouldn't go for the finesse right there. The guy is blocking that opportunity, so that should be a pass to Naby. Oh, nice. He does utilize empty space quickly. I could make that pass right there if I wanted to. Yeah. So I really like strikers, right, guys, where I don't need to specifically tell them to make that run to the side. I actually want them to do that because when they're smart enough to move to the side positions like that, they're also smart enough to move back into the middle if I build up my play with my CDMs afterwards. So this card in the striker position is going to be really nice. And to be honest with you guys, I'm liking him way more than Dembele, strictly because of the fact that I really like the way that he's working with his high-low work rates and because his dribbling is really freaking nice with the marksman chemistry style. Like that. See, you see how he starts to move to the side already because it makes the most sense to do? I really, really like strikers to do that. So a situation like that, we actually force that run with him there, just so like he can go back into position quickly for us to do something like this. Scoop, touch again, shot across goal, good block. The reason why I say the types of dribbles that I want to do is because I just want you guys to see how responsive his movement is when he has the ball at his feet. You see how he now occupies that false 9 role while the other guy goes into the striker position? Saint-Maximin. Good idea, that particular move, but not to be. The only time that I'm losing the ball with this card, guys, is off of my poor dribbling decisions, not because of him not being responsive enough or whatever. I just want to test out every type of skill move that he can possibly do, you know? Guys, this card is gonna obviously be a monster in your team. Like for me, Dembele, his dribbling was the thing that threw me off with that card. But this Saint-Maximin card is so much fun to use, man. It definitely makes sense that he's the price that he's at for now because of the new promo being out and whatnot. But I wouldn't even want to use him in that left and right attacking position because of how nice he feels up top in the striker area. However, if you do move a card like this to the sides, I'm telling you guys, he'll also play that role really nicely. What I'm going to do for now, actually, is we'll put him into the left attacking position just for the sake of it, for the sake of the review. But, I mean, with those high-low work rates, guys, he moves across the pitch in that striker area super nicely, dude. And his shooting feels nice, too, with the marksman chemistry style, which is very important. You see how he overcommitted that run right there, but he goes back into position to get onside immediately? It's amazing. Oh, Jota, there's no shot you don't score that opportunity. No shot. That was a beautiful build-up play there. See, it's pretty obvious that if you play this card through the sides as well, guys, he's going to play like a monster, 100%. Oh my god, I love that he cuts inside right there. Yes. That means he'd actually make a really good left and right attacking mid. Consistency in doing that, guys, is so huge for me. Like, cut inside for a left and right attacking mid is so important, man, because you can't specifically tell them to do that, right? Let's try a shot from there. Just a first-time strike. It wasn't ideal there, especially off of that bounce on his 4-star weak foot, but just wanted to try it out. It's a weighted pass. He might yet finish. Nice. I tried to do the R1 double tap to boost the ball forward. It didn't really work out there, but we ended up scoring that opportunity. And I mean, guys, this card is 100% cracked. I don't think he really has a problem. Like, yeah, he lacks in physical, but the lack of physical is more your fault if you screw up with his initial dribbling. Like, a lot of the dribbles that I was trying out with this card, it would be my fault if I dribbled poorly with him, because he just compensates so well. Like, it's obviously an amazing card. Alright guys, so final verdict on this Saint-Maximin card. So in my opinion, guys, this guy is actually cracked. Like, he's really, really fun to use. Way better than Dembele in my honest opinion. I think that this card just outperforms Dembele because of his dribbling being better, right? I feel like if Dembele's dribbling stats were increased, I feel like he would actually be a really, really good card. Very similar to Saint-Maximin in regards to quality in game. But this Saint-Maximin card, bro, the 85 attacking positioning is so irrelevant because of his high-low work rates. The way that this guy attacks empty space is super nice, man. He's got great base card stats for pace. His finishing is perfectly fine, especially if you give him the marksman chemistry style. His passing is perfectly fine, especially if you compensate for certain areas in regards to the angles that he has and whatnot. And then his dribbling is really smooth in game because he does actually look like he has that lean body type. Like over here it says that he has the average one, but it's like a very skinny type of body type. It's very hard to explain, but it's the reason why he's able to move so smoothly on the ball, especially with the marksman chemistry style boosting these stats as much as possible with the 5'8" height. The card is definitely cracked, man. If I'm going to be like really specific, I'd be like, oh, lack of physical. But the lack of physical is not because he doesn't have the strength, because he does have the strength, right? The lack of physical comes from the body type that he has, as well as the 5'8" height. So yes, he has the strength, and yes, you'll be able to notice that from time to time, but it's the 5'8" height and body type that makes him not really have that strength. But again, in certain situations, it's important that he does actually have the stats for it, because in game, there will be moments where using that strength is going to be really relevant, especially for the height and body type that he has, guys. But if you guys end up getting the card, it's cracked. It's super, super fun to use. I'd highly recommend using him in literally any of the attacking positions. He plays any of them really, really well because he's got great attacking AI, moves really well on the ball, and could score some great opportunities. So I will say, though, you notice the 80 finishing a tiny bit. You notice it a tiny bit for base characteristics, but with the marksman chemistry style, it definitely compensates really well for it. But there will be time to time, like very specific moments, where you'll notice the finishing being a little bit off. But thank you guys so much for watching the review. I'll catch you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.